astray and lied to. I don't think there's anyone that hates it more than I do. Trapped inside the system and I'm caught up in the struggle. One day I hope to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like I'm alone and no one knows the things I know. There's nobody to talk to and there's nowhere I can go. Trapped inside the system and I'm caught up in the struggle. One day I hope to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Life lessons. What's wrong with the people today? Mental health, no sobriety, lack of God, all the above. Thank you for tuning in to F.M.S, Future Management Services, ttt.v's Heal the Nation podcast. And let's talk about self-values. Self-values. A lot of people have lost the core of themselves. The epidemic, pandemic, lack of finances, they don't have God in their life. The whole scenario of value has been just absent. You know, a lot of people have not really had the upbringing that they need to have or should have had because of circumstances and things that's happened in their life and their families' lives and so forth, what have you. Things are just withering down to a point where the things we're thinking about are tangible things and the spirituality is not present. So people, their value of themselves and their self-worth has diminished because of the core of them not having a strong foundation. In my podcast, I talk about mental health, I talk about sobriety and life lessons. This is more or less a mesh of the two, of the three actually. And life lessons, I'm saying we can learn from other people's mistakes. We can pay attention to the things that happen in our lives and change our behaviors. So this way we get a different result because insanity is completely doing the same thing over and over, just repetitiously doing something and expecting a different result. That's not wise, and it's not something that is sane. It's insanity. So if you don't have a value, like things you do and things you won't do. So if it's a core of you, nothing, no money, no intimidation, threatening of your life, anything is going to stop you from holding true to that value. I could be a person that is in need of food, very hungry, on the verge of starving. And if my core value is I will not steal for for any reason at all, then regardless of how hungry I am, I'm not going to violate that commitment or that core value because of my inner strength and my commitment to myself and to God, of course. But people have turned aside their self values or don't have any at all. They will do anything for a dollar. They do anything to get over. They do anything to get ahead. They do anything to deceive people to have what they want. To try to have both sides. To do relationships, friendships, family. Nothing matters to them except for what they want. And that's not having a core value. That's being selfish, and that's definitely being a wicked seed. You know what I'm saying? Because those are behaviors and fruits that are not fruit of righteous or godly people. We may, because society has indoctrinated a lot of us and made us feel accepting of things because it has become mainstream norm. So people are desensitized to things that would normally not be acceptable. So the more desensitized you become, the more you lose your self value and your dedication to yourself and God. It's sad to know that people are getting hurt in the news. You hear about it for no reason at all. That would lead us to mental health as far as the mindsets of these people, what they experience, what they've gone through, and the pain that they have within them that they are lashing out, hurting those who are in the vicinity of them. Sad to say that COVID situation with the world lockdown was contributing or has contributed to these mental traumas that people have experienced who now have lost their core values. So anyway, um, you gotta build your core value on a rock, like the Bible says. Happy is a man. I don't remember the quote exactly, but um, I believe it says, "Happy is a man who builds his or woman who builds his house on a rock. Foundation is firm. It's not like in the sand or anything like that, because the water comes and washes it away. And foundation, even in construction, if the foundation is messed up, they scrap the whole project or they try to fix their problem before they can build the house. And a lot of the foundations are not on a solid foundation in people's lives. It's important that we check our foundation. Our foundation is very important because anything can come along and take your house away. It could be your life even because of poor choices. So it's important. Um, that rock foundation would consist of God, truth, love, faithfulness, loyalty, mental health, um, a lot of us don't have loyalty. We think for ourselves and we think we can be slick and we can cheat or do whatever we don't get caught doing. As long as you don't see me, I didn't do it, or if you don't have any proof, did you see it? But there's something in the universe like intuition, and God speaks to you, and He talks to me and a couple other people that I know in their dreams, and He has shown us exactly what's going on, and He will put before us little pieces as well when you're connected to the Most High. So, for all those who think that because you haven't gotten caught, or like the person hasn't walked up on you and poked you in the shoulder and said, "Oh yeah, that's you," you know, if you steal, lie, cheat, there's a karma that comes back, and there's a saying: "Whatever's done in the dark will come to the light," and it always does, even if you don't know it. Those who know will know. Those who think that they're slick, they will never really know because they've blinded themselves to the truth. That's just another life lesson, another topic we can get into as far as deceit, betrayal. But the thing is, a lot of times they go through this scenario, speaking on that a little bit, where they put on a show or false thing that they conjure up, a lie that they have to carry through with, and they go through a whole ordeal and fabrication of a situation that never happens. So they it never happened, but they want to paint a picture of themselves in a better light. So they pretend, and they actually believe their own lie, and they go through with the actions of maintaining it just to try to keep you in the dark and make others think that, keep them in the dark as well, and make them think what they want them to think. But people see through that. Core value. Core value is not there because if you have dignity and respect for yourself, you wouldn't do certain things that ones who lack that self dignity and respect and core value would do. You would behave in a different manner. Well, get into your mental health. Your mental health, you have to really know yourself. You have to know what your triggers are, what things upset you, and so forth. Disassociate yourself with things that bother you or upset you or cause you to behave in a certain way that does not help you or others. So you have to be in tune with yourself. Meditating, nature walks, um, just spending time with yourself and really getting to know yourself. You don't have to always be around a group of people. You have to take time and connect with the Most High, Yahweh. You have to connect with Yahweh, Yahweh, it's Yahweh. But Yahweh is the abbreviation of Yahweh. But connect with the Most High, and you will be able to see through Jesus, Yeshua, um, that He will be able to guide you to the Most High. So you have to connect with the universe, connect with the nature, connect with yourself, hear yourself breathing, feel yourself breathing, feel your toes, feel like, and just like connect, like center yourself. If you're not centered, a lot of people are not centered. That's why their mental health is off balance, because their minds are racing and they're thinking of things that they need not be thinking about. And then you got the angel over here and then a devil over here, and you're paying attention to the devil talking to you. You know what I'm saying? You're not hearing this because you're not in tune. So, and you think you're making the right choices. You think your choices are your choices, but a lot of times your choices are not your choices when it comes to spirituality, because if you're not aware of the spirit, then you're basically being blown in the wind like a leaf. So foundation is very important. We get back to foundation and self-values. Now, sobriety. There's a scripture on sobriety in reference to I'll play a little bit of it. This is Isaiah 28. Isaiah 28. Woe to the crown of pride, to the drunkard to be filled, whose glorious beauty is a fading flower, which are on the head of the fat valleys of them that are overcome with wine. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with hand. The crown of pride, the drunkards of Ephraim, shall be trodden under feet. And the glorious beauty, which is on the head of the fat valley, shall be a fading flower. And as the hasty fruit before the summer, which when he that looketh upon it seeth, while it is yet in his hand, he eateth it up. In that day shall the Lord of hosts be for a crown of glory, and for a diadem of beauty unto the residue of his people. Now, the thing is, I also talked about pride. See, pride can get you killed. Pride can get you put in jail. Pride can get you in a situation where you don't have anyone backing you up. Once you're exposed, you're very vulnerable. You're very vulnerable. And your pride cannot protect you. It's not a shield of honor or faith or anything of that nature. It's a vain thing where you think that you may be better, or you may think that you are smarter than the next person. But God is all knowing, and he reveals to those he wants to reveal to. So when your card is pulled, you have no place to go, no place to hide, no place to have refuge. So your pride is not something of strength, because a strong person can swallow their pride. They can swallow their pride and be able to get more accomplished through being humble than being a person with their their butts. I was going to say the ASS word, but with their butts on their shoulder. They feel that they're better or they slicker or whatever the case may be. And basically, they're foolish, because we all can see. If you have eyes to see, let them see. If you have ears to hear, let them hear. Like the scriptures say. And those who are awake And the new word they say now is woke, but I heard it has something to do with something else. Those who are awake and who are in tune with the Most High, Yahuwah, they can conquer, overcome, see, maneuver, and He elevates us. He puts us in a position of strength and power. You don't have to run a country in order to be powerful. You can be powerful within your own right. You can walk with the Holy Spirit. And your core values, you need to evaluate what what you will accept, what you won't accept, what you would do, what you would not do. And swallow your pride. Pride is a simple thing. It's one thing to have confidence, but when you are too prideful, then no one can reach you. You harden your heart, you harden your mind, you harden your thoughts, you harden everything. And you may be going down the wrong road and no one can save you because you just bullheaded and think you know everything. And you're making a big mistake. And you'll find out the consequences either now or in the hereafter. So that's another story. As far as love, um, loving, love for your neighbor. Bible talks about that as well. Love for your neighbor. If you love yourself, you're supposed to love your neighbor like yourself. And we're not talking about sexual things or anything of that nature, where some people do. You know, they're with their neighbors, you know, and in a relationship, you know, that's another story. But love for your neighbor would be caring for them in a brotherly or sisterly fashion. What you want for your neighbor, if your neighbor um, needs something and you be there to help them out, and also your neighbor is your community. You know, if you see someone in need, um, they have a cart, they're an older person or something, they have trouble with a bag or whatever. I mean, you know, look out. Oh, you know, oh, I'm going home right now anyway. I grab it for you. Or, you know, if you see someone struggling, trying to come down to the train station or something, and you grab their arm and you know, you might if I help you, you know, you help them down the steps. I mean, that love and concern, that could be your grandparent, that could be anybody that you care about. So having a heart of love and concern for others is loving your neighbor. Being able to extend yourself. If you're not running late for work, or even if you are and you say forget it, I'm gonna help this person anyway, and I just let my boss know or my employer know that I helped this lady, this why I'm a little late, you know, or help this man, or whatever the case may be. Like that, love for your neighbor is important. You know, we need to get back to that type of environment which it used to be, where we looked out for each other. The peace. What is true peace? True peace is being able to rid yourself of the pressures of life, of this world. Um, there's a day set aside that the Most High hallowed and is blessed So when you take rest on that day, it's magnified and sanctioned. He said to keep that day holy in the Ten Commandments, which is the seventh day of the week, which everyone knows is the seventh day of the week, which is Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. And that day has been forgotten. He said in the Ten Commandments, the fourth commandment, which I would think would be of high priority since it was number 4 after don't have no idols before me. He said, remember, I'm going to say that again. He said, remember the Sabbath day. In it do no work, not you, your manservant, your maidservant, your stranger in your gates, your oxen. For 7 days, for 6 days he's worked, and the seventh day he rested and howled it. He howled it, he blessed it. He didn't change it. It's always been that day from the beginning of time. A lot of us forgot. That's why he said remember. And when you can clear your mind of your problems and of work, because some people are off work, but they still got the stress on their brain because they're thinking about work. When you can clear your mind and just give all your problems to the Most High in Yeshua, Jesus, and you will be able to have a peace within your spirit, a quaking in your spirit, just a quietness, a peace, especially on that day, is sanctioned. It's blessed. And then go back to thinking about it or whatever, you feel refreshed. Just like golf, I remember when I was young and I had all these different tests in high school and everything, and things I need to study and essays and so forth. And I was in a golf club, and I said I need to go home and get this, do this studying and everything, and come on, and do these studyings and everything. And I said, no, I'm gonna go to the golf club. So I got on the bus and everything, and I went with the team over there, and I golfed. I was just hitting the ball. I had no worries in my mind. I wasn't thinking about nothing but hitting the ball and taking in nature and looking at the sun and looking at the trees and the birds and the grass and the water and the little river and everything. And my mind was at peace. And then when I got back on the bus, and I knew exactly what I was going to write for my essay, I knew exactly the things I needed to study, that how I was going to study it, the method I was going to use. Everything was solved for me in my subconscious mind. And I went home, knocked out an hour, and I was done and watching TV and watching, doing whatever. A lot of us in this world don't have that peace and that time to clear our minds. We're always constantly thinking. And that is unhealthy for your mental health because of the fact that you don't give your mind a rest and give your spirit a rest and give your body a rest. So the Sabbath day is a day that's been hallowed, and you should honor it. You should make it holy, restore it to what it used to be. So, but it's always going to be a Sabbath day, restored to what it needs to be in your life. So you can have a certain calmness about you, and you'll be able to conquer things with ease if you have a peace of mind. So, anyway, that's part of what I wanted to say to you so far. And it's going on 30 minutes on this video recording. The thing is, we need to disassociate ourselves with the problems of the world, work, things that we feel we need to do, and we need to focus on only ourselves and God. Those are the things that we need to do to have true peace and tranquility in our life. So this has been a life lessons video, sobriety and mental health, a little bit of both by F.M.S, Future Management Services, ttt.v's Tell the Truth Vision, Here's the Nation podcast. Thank you for tuning in, all the subscribers, all those who have subscribed. I appreciate you and I appreciate your support. And I ask that you continue to share these videos, look at the other videos, and share them with those you love and you care about. Help us heal the nation. We can heal the nation together. Um, we all pretend and we teach one, each one teach one. We have live Zoom meetings and things of that nature, so you can always be a part of that and give your input and share your thoughts and your feelings. It's very much welcome. It's a volunteer thing, so no one is forced to share their opinions and their concepts. And I appreciate you. Thank you very much for tuning in to F.M.S, Future Management Services, Health Nation podcast. Have a great one until next time. And we're building a nation one video at a time, one company at a time. We're here to heal one another. So, thank you for tuning in. These are the F.M.S shirts, Future Management Services with our logo. That's our mascots. These shirts normally would go for $40, but I'm selling them for $30. Quality material, and they don't shrink and fade and nothing like that because the printing is excellent printing, and the quality of the shirt is fine threaded. Very, a lot of threading. I forgot exactly what they call it, but these are the shirts that we have. And then plus we have some things on the Shopify too. So give me an email and let me know.